Okay, opening up the August 18th, 2011 Greenwich Township Committee meeting at 7:40. Kim?
Members present: Emiliani. Here. Williams.
Here.
Perez.
Here.
Gurniak.
Here.
Siegel.
Here.
Please rise for the flag salute. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Sunshine Law. Adequate notice of this meeting was given in accordance with the Open Public Meeting Act by mailing the schedule of the Township Committee to the Express Times and North Star Ledger newspaper, posting a copy on the Township Bulletin Board, and filing a copy with the Township Clerk.
Okay, first thing on the agenda, I would need a motion for approval of the Township minutes from July 21st, 2011.
Make a motion. Second.
Emiliani.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Perez.
Yes.
Gurniak.
Yes.
Siegel.
Yes. Need a motion to receive and file monthly reports for tax collector, court, CFO, police, and sewer.
Motion. Second.
This would be for last month and this month again?
Emiliani.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Perez.
Yes.
Gurniak.
Yes.
Siegel.
Yes. Need a motion to receive, charge to various accounts, and pay monthly bills.
I'll make a motion. Second.
Emiliani.
No.
Williams.
Yes.
Perez.
Yes.
Gurniak.
Yes.
Siegel.
Yes. Need a motion to open up for public comment.
Motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone wishing to make public comment, please come up to the podium, state your name and address.
Can you turn the mic on? I put a new battery in there. Just turn the mic on. Where it says power right at the top.
Yeah.
Wait, come on.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Jim, before you make your public comment, maybe we should let Jim see the email from Angie that we just received. We just received this. This was just handed out. I don't know why she didn't send anything to you.
No. Okay. Oh, okay, great. Yeah, I obviously I've been in touch with Angie Crosby, who's I'm Jim Adams, 210 Walden Road.
Is the mic on, Jim?
The light is on.
I can't even hear.
Is the button on down there?
No, the bottom button was on.
Okay, try
Sorry.
now.
That guy's on. Hello.
We're up
Okay.
and running.
Thank you. Jim Adams, 210 Walden Road. And thank you, Elaine. Angie and I were going back and forth. I understand her situation. She's got a birthday going on and all of that. And I did give her a call, letting her know that I was coming here, basically to ask for your assistance. And it looks like she's in the same predicament. So I'm basically here tonight to request the Township Committee's assistance with an issue involving some girls who've been denied access to the Township's rec program for fall soccer season. And I'm requesting specifically a one-time exemption for those kids who are shifting leagues due to scheduling conflicts. The president of the Northwest Jersey Soccer Association, Mark Burton, I believe is his name. I've been in email communication with him as well. And he stated he doesn't seem to be willing to make this exception at this time. Obviously, there's timing involved with this. Soccer is forming. The teams are in the process of being formed, and the practices are beginning as early as next week. So I would appreciate some assistance and understand the timing around this. The specific issue, it comes down to a rule that is in the recreation that's specifically for travel players. And what is a travel player? A travel player is a soccer player who plays for other leagues that serve Greenwich Township. So there's the Greenwich Township Recreation Program, and there are other leagues like the Northwest Jersey Soccer Association that the recreation associates with and signs up with to provide the service of soccer for the children. there are other leagues, such as State Liners, Vision Training, Magic, which also integrate with all of our children. So I've been involved in all of those leagues over the many years. So the rule is specifically for these travel players. Unfortunately, it's not on the registration form, and by no means am I pointing fingers here. It's just not on a form, and I know my wife, who is handling this for me this season, indicated, we don't have to sign up. Okay, great, and we move on. But when parents like myself have to back out due to scheduling conflicts, basically, the kids are doing a lot these days, we all know that. The deadlines don't match up. So when I was told when the practices were and the schedules were for the vision training, I replied within 5 hours, hey, this is a conflict, we can't do it, we need to work out an agreement. Vision training was more than happy to postpone us to the springtime, and that was great. And then we defaulted back to our recreation program, and I started my chain of emails notifying everybody, hey, we got situations, and what I've learned is that there are other kids involved in the same situations. So really, through no fault of anyone here, minor timing situations occurred, and in effect, the end result is the kids are getting punished for it. I've been a soccer coach for 11 years, and Dan, I know you know that, and we go way back. I think we both firmly understand recreation is for children. That's what it's all about. And I know firsthand that kids get added to rosters, they get moved around, even at the last minute. As a soccer coach, you welcome these kids onto the field, whether it's beginning of September or beginning of August, and you play your season. And the kids have a great team with it. And I was always happy to bring these kids on and have done that in the past. I think we need to step back and just collectively take a look at this and move forward and try to get this one-time exemption of the Northwest Jersey Soccer Association. And again, it would be really for those kids who are falling into this scheduling conflict where one league posts their rosters and results and schedules after the township's deadline. And of course, as I've told everyone on my communications, I'm asking people to do work. I know what goes into making these rosters and the schedules and the conflicts between all the townships with that. I'll be more than happy to volunteer my time, not only to fix whatever registration forms we may have that may be changing for the future, but also attempt to align the schedules between all of these leagues. I say attempt because I'm sure that's a very difficult task to align between at least 3 or 4 different entities that have all their own scheduling.
Jim, I don't have much background on this. Is the Soccer League, is that part of the Rec Commission, or is that a separate entity?
So Greenwich Township Recreation,
Yeah.
Dan, I don't know what the right word is partnered with Northwest Jersey Soccer Association.
Okay.
The rec plays in this league, which is the Northwest Soccer League, and recreation is part of that league. We play in that league against the other townships that are in the surrounding area.
So we send teams to be in that league?
Yes, the recreation is in that league. We
Okay.
belong to that league. Our soccer league belongs to that league, and we play against all the other different townships that surround us around here.
So we have our own soccer league that plays in the overall.
We don't have the league. We are in that league.
Okay.
Greenwich Township Recreation is a part of the Northwest Soccer
Okay.
Association.
And Rec fields a number of teams?
Yes.
And those teams all play in this league?
Yes,
Okay.
with the exception of the kindergartens and first grade.
Okay. So what are you asking from the committee?
I'm asking from the committee, and I think, and I'm not putting words in Angie's mouth, but I think she's also along the same lines. We need, for my exemption, we need to convince the president of Northwest Jersey Soccer Association to grant the one-time exemption for kids who are moving in between the leagues.
And have you spoken with that person?
Only through email, and it was just as of today, because this has been happening since August 7th, I think. so it finally reached.
So when was the cutoff for the registration?
I'm told it was July 31st.
Okay.
So July 31st was the cutoff. We were notified from our other league of the training schedule on August 7th. And on August 7th, that's when I went up and said, hey, we got problems.
So you didn't know anything about the registration deadline of July 31st?
Yeah, because it's not on the registration form that you get. It's in the rules of rec, but it's not on the form that you get. There's a special provision for late, for travel players. You know, I don't have, hey, I'm late, I know that, I'll pay the fee, you know, the late fees and all that, that's fine, but there's this special provision that's not on that form.
So you're asking the committee to go to this league and ask for an exception?
And ask for an exception, yes.
Because we didn't have it on the form.
Yes.
Do you have a copy of the form?
Yeah.
Me as a parent,
How many children didn't get into the program as a result of this issue?
we're here for 3. My daughter is one of them.
So you're 2 and,
No, he's 1, my 1, and there's a 3rd. I'm not too
There's
sure.
an unknown third.
Is it your understanding that if the governing body requests this, that they would allow it, or is this just a?
I think it would bring the necessary visibility to it. Nobody wants to knock kids out of the soccer. Nobody wants their kids not participating in these sports over the fall. And I think what we need to do is convince Northwest Jersey Soccer Association that, you know, we've done this in the past and we can.
So has
Change the form.
has the rec commission already requested this?
I don't, not specifically, no.
Well-
It went to the soccer coordinator,
Okay.
Rob Sommer.
Robin Summer?
Yes.
so, I mean, Joe, you're the liaison to rec, and Dan, I mean, obviously you have a lot of experience having been the rec president for a number of years. What happened?
Well, if it's a matter, Peter, is it a matter of a phone call, do you think, or, you
Well, I'm
know?
not sure that we have direct jurisdiction over
We don't.
this, but, you know, if you want to express the opinion of the request of the governing body to the league that they please waive their deadline in this particular case because of the particular circumstances involved, you know.
Do you think a letter should go out?
However you want to communicate it, either by letter or phone or whatever. A letter, of course, is best, but that takes a little longer. So you could authorize the mayor to, or someone from the committee to call and request that the consideration be given to a waiver and then follow it up with a letter.
Then also, to follow that up, Joe would recommend to the rec commission to update the form to include that
Absolutely.
piece, so that, and
Yeah.
use that as some sort of key point to that gentleman, so that he would know that we actually made a little oversight, you know, and maybe in this particular instance,
Explaining the reason.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you
Have you
think,
noticed
Dan?
individual?
You know, what's your,
Yeah, I've dealt with this league before. They can be reasonable. In the years that we've dealt with them, I've never really had a hard time with them. I've gone to them, I've spoken with them, you know, with certain issues in the past. But I do know that when it comes to this issue with travel plays, they can take a hard line. For some reason, they had, you know, they give you that deadline and they want you to stick by that deadline. I think that what we could do, what I think we should do to maybe help here, first of all, we need to talk to Angie about this. I don't think that we should just go ahead and just do this without talking to her first and letting her know what we're doing, because then we're kind of, you know, stepping on her toes, you know, stepping on Rex's
I
toes, I
agree.
should say.
I
So
agree.
I think that we should, you know, talk to them about it and let them know that we would like to support the the soccer players that they weren't able to sign up because of the restriction, and I think that we should send a letter out. I could also, if
You might want to make a phone